So, hello guys, welcome or welcome back to the KP show. We are back and we wanted to discuss about the ongoing Asia Cup. As of now, India has played five matches. Also, although by the time this video is released, probably India would be playing Sri Lanka or has already played Sri Lanka. And we would only be awaiting the final of the Asia Cup, which is, I think, almost set not almost, it's already set to be India versus Pakistan this Sunday. So yeah, that's what has happened so far. And we won't be doing a match by match review. So personally, I haven't seen both of the India versus Pakistan games. I've checked the scorecards to see what's the performance and gone through a bit of articles and all to see what has happened in those games. So based on that, I'll share my opinions. Not sure if Pratik has already seen the games or not. But yeah, whatever that is, we'll cover the major talking points from all the games that we've had so far. So that's how the theme of this podcast is going to be. And after the Asia Cup, we'll also talk about the Indian Test squad, which has been announced for the West Indies series, basically West Indies tour of India. So the two Test matches, one in Ahmedabad and one in Delhi. So there are plenty of talking points to discuss in this episode. We hope you enjoy it. So stay tuned, grab a seat, grab some popcorn or whatever food you'd like, and yeah, let's get started. So, Pratik, first of all, I think the topic which everyone has on their mind is what kind of a dull tournament this Asia Cup has been so far. I mean, I don't even get it why India is playing. This is a tournament that nobody needs, and the difference, there's a gulf in the difference between India and rest of the sides. All those sides, they seem to be at par with each other. They have been producing some decent games, I would say. But when they match up with India, it's like I don't know. It's completely one-sided, and it's very boring to watch this kind of cricket. I almost feel like India is losing out by playing this Asia Cup because they aren't getting good match practice. So, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think you summed it up beautifully. I think nobody wanted to see this tournament. I don't know why they scheduled it at this time of the year because it's already a very hectic schedule. Means there are leagues happening all around the year. The English summer just ended. The Australian summer is about to start. Same in New Zealand, South Africa, and I really don't know why they scheduled this tournament. It was not required at all. And as you said, I will say that it's not a gulf. It's like a ocean between the talent of the sides of India and rest. I mean, how dull the games are. Like every game, if you see closely, what India is playing, they have to stoop down like by 5 or 50% to their strength so that the other team might have a chance. If you look into the things like multiple catch drops and funny batting orders, collapses, and all those things, just to see India win comfortably every game so far. So I think that is a bit boring. And also on the other team's part, yeah, you can say that they are matching up to each other very well, like slow, sluggish games, and that has been Asia Cup so far. I didn't find,
Yeah.
to be honest, none of the games I found interesting so far in the Asia Cup. No nail biters, nothing, absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I mean that's been the story of the Asia Cup. I mean, I don't know why we are having this tournament even, but yeah, I think Bangladesh is one team that has impressed me a bit, you can say, because I was expecting them to get knocked out in the first round itself, but they've done pretty well. Saif Hassan has scored some runs for them. Even against India, he scored a 60 odd. Against Pakistan last night, he scored some 60 odd. Although I haven't seen that innings, but looks like a decent one because the scores were 130 or 120 or something of that sort. So yeah, I think they have been impressive, and I think they obviously they have a long way to go. But considering where they were a couple of years ago, they have been impressive. Afghanistan, on the other side, has been extremely poor. I think you can describe their. We were talking offline about this. You can describe their performance better than me.
Yeah. Because see, this thing I already highlighted before the Asia Cup started. Because
Yeah,
Afghanistan
true.
bowl well by the standards. Every time they come out all guns with their bowling. But their batting has to catch up, and it has been a long time since they are in this format. And
Yeah,
T20, I think all their players play around the world in the leagues. But so far, I don't think the batting has quite come up to the ranks. Like even
yeah,
if you see the match, they're kind of which was a knockout between them and Sri Lanka. I mean, Sri Lanka would have anyways qualified. Afghanistan was fighting for a place in the Super Four. So there also, if I take out that last over from Velalage where Nabi smashed him for 31 with five sixes, Afghanistan would have merely managed 135. The same was their story against Bangladesh as well. Chasing 140, 150, I think they lost out by 10 runs. And that was also in Abu Dhabi, I think, where you get some amount of dew all around the year whenever the match is played. So it's a bit sad to see them in this situation, Afghanistan, their batting. The bowling has been good. I think Noor Ahmad had a very bad game. If I mean, to see him bowl in the SI20 as well as CSK this year, he was so good with the ball. He missed out the purple cap mostly because of the number of he played lesser number of games in the IPL this time, and but he had a really bad game that day against Sri Lanka. Every over, at least two balls down the leg side, half pitchers and all those things. So yeah, everybody can have a bad game, the best of players, and I hope he bounces back really well.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I think that they were kind of the most disappointing side for me in this tournament because considering the situations that were on offer, the conditions on offer, I believe Afghanistan had a very good chance in this Asia Cup. Of course, not to win because, of course, nobody could match up to India. But I thought at least they would come to the final and give India a run for their money in the final. But yeah, unfortunately, not to be. But whatever the scenario, Sri Lanka again aside, that I didn't expect anything majorly, but from the close quarters for the Sri Lankan side and other people on the internet, other experts, they all believe that Sri Lanka could do something special in this Asia Cup. But again, not to be. They just were subpar. I think, yeah, that's the status for all of them, and that is the reason why they are not in the final. So, yeah, I think Pakistan was badly better than all of these sides, probably. That is why they are in the final. So, yeah, I think that's all that we could discuss about those sides. But yeah, let's come back to India. I mean, let's talk about a few positives. And those are from the bowling side, of course, not from the batting side, because we have a lot of discussion points with regards to the batting. We'll come to that later. Let's talk about the bowling. I think these conditions were tailor-made for our spinners to shine, and that's what they absolutely did. Kuldeep Yadav picked up a bunch of wickets, and Varun Chakravarti, I mean, kind of very unfortunate in this Asia Cup. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, on an average, they drop his catches twice a match. Every
Yeah,
time
our
that guy comes
fielding.
in to bowl,
Talk about our
every,
fielding, dude.
every time that guy has come out to bowl, at least two catches are dropped off his bowling. And
Yeah,
that is sad. That is sad. I mean, we are a young side in the T20 circuit. And apart from Hardik Pandya, I'd say nobody is looking that sharp. Not even a
mm,
Shubman Gill
yeah,
or nobody. I mean, barring Hardik Pandya, nobody has looked sharp in the field. And that's a very sad state of things, especially with the
yeah,
T20 World Cup in 6 months. And I don't know how to describe this thing. And I feel sad for Varun because he became the rank one bowler, I think, after the first game or the first game after Pakistan, first Pakistan game. After that, he became the rank one bowler in the T20 format. And you reward him by dropping his catches all the games. It's a bit sad, if you ask me. And that's it. And Kuldeep Yadav so far has been really good. And I think this partnership is going to reap us gifts, Kuldeep and Varun, in the middle overs as well as the later stages of the uh,
yeah,
innings, like the 17, 16, 17th over mark. So I think we are in for a very special treat, especially as the World Cup is in India. So it's going to be helpful for us if we continue with this theory of playing two leg spinners, which we did for a longer part of the second half of the 2020s, 2010s decade. with Chahal and Kuldeep. So let's see
Yeah.
what happens. And
I think,
I think,
yeah, yeah, go ahead.
and and also last game, if you see the Bangladesh game, Bumrah was back into his groove. Ball was coming out beautifully off his hand. One five wides only, I think he gave away in the first over. After that, he was just spot on every ball, every over. So I think that is
Yeah.
one big positive going into the final two games of this tournament. And what else? I remain, and on the positive part, I'd say batting hasn't been the greatest positive, but Abhishek Sharma has shown his class. I'd say being the
Absolutely.
ranked one batter in the world, and I mean he has just obliterated all the bowling attacks so
Bowling
far
attacks.
that he has faced. Even if he's scoring the 30s, he's scoring it at a strike rate of 250. So it's been
Yeah.
all Abhishek Sharma
Yeah.
with the bat.
Yeah, and I think also there were certain questions about Abhishek Sharma, whether he could do what he does on slower wickets, because and that was a valid question as well, because we saw in this year's IPL that he started off with a good knock, then he tapered off for a while, but then he came back well. And I think that's what separates good players from great players. That good players always have a good run, but again, once the downfall comes, they're not able to get back up as quickly. But the greats, even when they have a downfall, they're able to get back quickly up. And I think Abhishek Sharma has showed that he has that caliber. And on slower wickets, we have seen him struggle. I would like to take the example of the Bangladesh game. I think the first 2 overs he was going hell for leather on every ball, and he was missing them a lot. He was at one point striking lower than Shubman Gill. He was 8 of 11 or something like that. After that, he
Eight of
got
eight of eight, eight of
8 of 8.
eight at the end of
But
second over.
no, he played two dot balls after that, I guess. So whatever, his strike rate was close to 100 or below 100. After that, once he got accustomed to the pace of the wicket, he absolutely went bonkers on everybody, and he finished with what 75 of 37 or something like that. I think that shows that he has that adaptability. He, of course, has that sixth gear, and he has showed that he can bring it on slower wickets as well. I think that was very important from an Indian perspective, because looking at the World T20, you don't know what kind of a wicket you would get. You ideally would think that you'd get flat wickets, which is probably going to be the case 90%. But again, on those off days where you lose the toss on a slow wicket, can you get that above par total? I think with players like Abhishek Sharma, with the intent that he shows, you definitely can. So that one box is ticked. Now, we before we move on to the batting department, again, we talked about the fielding. Some 10 plus catches were dropped in the 5 games. So that
14,
was a
the
horrible
exact count.
14. Yeah.
The
So that
exact
was a
count.
horrible effort overall from the Indian side. Yes, you can blame the ring of lights in the Dubai stadium, but again, how many times
See,
would you need to
uh,
play there? So
our players have been playing in Dubai. All these players that are playing
yeah,
the Asia Cups in this year.
yeah,
I think we are playing at least 5 to 6 games in Dubai every year since 2020. The entire IPL of 2020, half the IPL of 21, followed by the World Cup, then again the Asia Cup next year. We have played these many games in Dubai, and again we come out after 5 years of consistent playing in the same stadium. We come out and blame the lights. I think it's a bit unfair. I think we have to take
yeah,
some accountability on this thing. The fielding coach
yeah,
needs to take some accountability on this because we are not dropping catches that are very difficult, like running 50 meters and grabbing onto a blinder. We are dropping regulation catches, especially guys like
mm,
Dubey.
mm,
I mean, how his positioning and all the things. If I try to pinpoint the things, it won't be
yeah.
good. But I think the execution has been very poor in the field by India so far, given the
And
standards that we possess.
exactly, and I don't think we are doing anything wrong by blaming the fielding, because see, if it were just Dubai, you could consider, okay, I'm giving that consideration to the players, that okay, it's Dubai and I have never played in Dubai, so I wouldn't know, right? Maybe they are right because everybody has been dropping catches. It's not just India, so let's give them that leeway. But the problem is, this is not just happening in one ground. This has happened in India as well. This has been a regular occurrence for us in the last, you could say, few years, actually post COVID. So again, it's not just one tournament, one incident that we are pointing out. It's the general thing that has been happening. Recall the test series. How many catches we dropped in the test series? We dropped the first game due to drop catches. So this has been a recurring theme in Indian cricket, and definitely something needs to change. So that is the point that I would like to raise here. But yeah, okay,
Yeah,
enough about the fielding. Let's also discuss about bowling. One point that you mentioned is stuck in my head. Kuldeep and Varun. You see this duo playing in the World T20. I see them too.
no
Bumrah is playing.
compromise
Bumrah
on
is your
that.
third. Yeah, Bumrah is your pacer, of course. Now the question is whether you go in with the extra batting or you go in with the bowler, extra bowler, which I think should be Arshdeep. And it's very unfortunate what has been happening in this Asia Cup. He isn't getting all the games, so that actually makes me sad because he was your Bumrah before Bumrah stepped in. Because Bumrah took a long break from T20I cricket. He only, of course, very valid reasons. You only play him when it is required. But in Bumrah's absence, it was Arshdeep who held your bowling together, and it's very unfortunate that he is not finding a place in the side. So and three spinners for me could be an overkill in India, although that's something that we have been doing so far. If you look at the England series, but yeah, what are your thoughts on that? How would you pan that out?
I, I'll come up with some data here, okay? So let's keep the top six as it is, as of now, okay? From 7 to
We will
11, we
discuss
will,
top six. There are controversies in top six also, but we'll come to
yeah,
that
yeah.
later.
For the
Yeah,
time being, just let's
let's
put
discuss
the
the bowling
bowling
part.
part. Let's
Yeah.
put the bowling part. Number six, we play Hardik Pandya, who is your
Hmm.
fourth or fifth bowler, or the sixth
Fifth
bowler,
bowler.
fifth bowler for you,
Yeah,
okay?
I mean,
In India, I am talking about keeping the World
yeah,
T20 in mind,
in
okay?
mind. Yeah.
Okay, Akshar Patel also plays for sure because he has performed for you in whatever game he played. Made be by bowling, made by batting. Fielder is an exceptional fielder, good reader of the game. I think I think lot of credit should go to him for winning that T20 World Cup last year. The show he put on in Barbados in the
Hmm.
final. A lot of credit should go to him. So he is playing. So 6 and 7, I fix these are my fifth bowler, number five bowler. So now you need four bowlers, four genuine bowlers. Bumrah plays as the main seamer. Uh, Varun and Kuldeep will play as the spin twins. Now the last bowler remains. Okay. Now who is your fourth bowler in this option in this scenario? My pick will be ideally should have been Arshdeep. I'll be honest with you, should have been Arshdeep, but I am edging towards Harshit Rana here. Reason being, these guys have portrayed him as some sort of a pinch hitter towards the end. Something you can say what Liam Plunkett was back in the days for England. He can come out at number 8 and score a 10 ball 20 or a 15 ball 25 kind of innings. He can play out and he can hold the end as well. Also bowls the hard length, and in short format, I think he's a good bowler. With if you gave him good game time, he will come good. Is my personal view. But again, that is unfair to us too. But now what we are saying is due to that extra batting thing, you are adding another player in the mix who is Shivam Dubey here. Now give me, you are a CSK fan, I think the biggest CSK fan that I know in person. Okay. So give me one instance when Shivam Dubey bailed out CSK with his bowling in last 4 years of IPL. From 2022, he has been with the team. I'll give you an instance of 2022 when Jadeja was the
LSG game.
captain.
Are you talking
NSG
about the
game,
LSG game?
they were chasing I think 206 or 207 in Brabon, and it was a dew infested game. And I think there was some issue that once they had to bowl a spinner or the way for 1 over because there was 1 over, there was some miscalculation from Jadeja. So either he had to bowl a spinner or he had to bowl Dubey. They gave the ball to Dubey. Dubey conceded 22 or 26, and CSK lost that game. and it was all south for them from there in that series in that year of IPL. He was that bad a bowler. Also, I'll give you another instance. This was, I think, Wellington 2020 before the COVID break. We
Yeah,
went to New Zealand. We played a series of five T20s. This was the last game, I believe. I think Tim
yeah.
Seifert and Ross Taylor were batting, and they smacked him for 30 runs in 1 over. Tim Seifert smacked him for four sixes. Ross Taylor, I think, smacked him for a six, something like this.
Mm.
And Dubey is not a bowler. I'll be honest. If MS Dhoni is not using him as a bowler, not even as a sixth bowler, then you have to be out of your mind to think him as a sixth bowler. And not
I
is
think you
Abhishek.
nailed it.
And 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 not is Abhishek Sharma. I'll give you a very mind-blowing stat about Abhishek Sharma. Means Abhishek Sharma, the hitter that we know, and if I put out a stat between Abhishek Sharma and Nicholas Puran, Puran has hit him for, I think he has faced him for 10 or 11 balls and hit him eight sixes.
Mm.
So
Yeah, I mean,
he's also not a seasoned campaigner. I'm saying if the batting from the other side is good, packs power, then you are going to get absolutely annihilated.
and I think you hit the nail on the head right there with regards to Shivam Dube. See, whatever you are seeing in these conditions in the Asia Cup should be a criteria for. I don't know. I don't want to say this, but it is that okay. Whenever you face these kind of teams, it should not be a criteria for selection. It's generally a criteria for rejection. It's like if you do poorly here, there should not be any scope for you to get selected into the main side because that is for sure you're gonna mess up when you play against bigger teams, right? Uh, these teams are simply not good. So if Shivam Dube is bowling well here, again, here also he considered 37 runs in his 4 overs in one of the games. I don't remember which, but yeah,
I think Pakistan game only. He first three overs
that
were
is
good,
why I don't
last over
remember
went
him.
for 15, 17 runs, I think.
Then that's why I don't
Which is
remember probably
which
because I
I
haven't seen the game.
which
I'm
I
just
don't have
going
an
off
issue
the
with.
scorecards.
Which I don't have an issue being him being the fifth bowler. But now the problem is in your system there are three number five and six bowlers. They are not four
See,
over bowlers.
see,
That is the
let,
problem for me.
let's also segue into the batting department because I don't think we can have this conversation about bowlers without talking about the batting aspect because we are into the all-rounder section, right? So let's
Yeah,
segue into that as well. Now, Shivam Dube's case, I want to talk about him. He definitely doesn't warrant selection as a all-rounder. Okay. Yes, you can keep him in the squad as a backup to Hardik Pandya just because Nitish Reddy has suffered some injuries and he hasn't put up well. And I can guarantee you in the next IPL, when I'm not saying if, I'm saying when Nitish Reddy does well. Because I have that faith in him. He has the technique, he has everything that he needs to do well. Again, if he doesn't do well, then it will purely be because of, I don't know, attitude problems or whatever, that he's simply not putting in the effort.
yes.
For sure.
Problem I
Okay.
believe is struggling with his body side strain.
Yeah.
Side strains, continuous side strains
Yeah.
he is getting. Maybe the issue with the bowling action or something, which they will figure
Yeah.
out because he's very young, 21, 22. So I think he'll figure out
Yeah. That is why
the
I'm
issue
saying,
about his
that is
body.
why I'm not
Yeah.
saying anything in recent. What I'm saying is next IPL. So he's definitely going to come back into the Indian side. Okay, but till he's not here, you definitely need to have a backup. So you go with Shivam Dube in the squad, no problems with that. But Shivam Dube in the playing 11, how do you fit him in? If he was an all-rounder, I would have had no problems because that extends your batting, gives you an additional bowling option, everything is fine, all roses. But that's not the case. You can't have him in the side as an all-rounder because his bowling is not good enough for international cricket. I'll tell you this very straightforward. See, I'm a CSK fan and he plays for CSK. That doesn't mean I'll be biased towards him, right? In fact, what you mentioned, right? Instead of helping CSK win games with his bowling, he actually cost them games, man. And that is definitely going to be the case for India as well when we play against Sena, the South Africa, England, New Zealand, or Australian teams, because they don't spare this kind of dibbly-dobbly bowling. And again, also here Shivam Dube's bowling maybe looks better than what it actually is because this is UAE. and the conditions are such. Once we get to India, like I said, maybe on 10% of the wickets his bowling could do something,
Only,
but
only in Lucknow, this might
Lucknow wicket
support
has also
reasonably.
changed now.
Ha,
Lucknow
now
wicket
they
has
have
also
changed the
changed.
wicket. That is also true.
Only in Chennai, that too in first
Chennai also
innings.
not because that too in first innings. Also, if the
Yeah.
dew comes in, then after 10 hours, then also gone.
If Dew comes in, man, Bumrah can be taken away for runs. How could you have Shivam Dube as an option in the bowling? So that is something that you need to absolutely discard. See, if whatever is happening, this and the batting order thing, if this is restricted to purely Asia Cup as an experimentation, okay, makes sense. But again, the point is, why do you want to experiment this when you actually don't need this in the main tournament? That is my concern with regards to Shivam Dube. This is something that's not going to work for you in the main tournament. It worked in the West Indies because conditions were those. Why aren't we creating our team based on the conditions that we are going to face? That is my biggest concern. So, in my view, Shivam Dube doesn't warrant a place as an all-rounder. Now, if you are trying to fit him in as a pure batter, then brother, I have better options. I would again. We have to talk about Sanju Samson here. Even if you are having Sanju Samson, you can still have Jitesh Sharma. You can have two keepers. That's okay if they are good enough. And Jitesh Sharma is good enough. He has shown in the IPL that he is good enough. Or go for a Rinku Singh if you want a left-hander. He has much more caliber than Shivam Dube. So there
No,
are options. I don't get this obsession with Shivam Dube. Again, no hate to the
see,
player. It's just that the skills are missing.
Rinku Singh, I don't know what happened with him. Maybe some issues with KKR management for sure. Because this obsession of left hand, right hand, I don't understand. See, I have seen from the day I've started to watch cricket, I have seen a Gilchrist and a Hayden open the batting and annihilate oppositions. Right. I have seen the Sachin and Sehwag go to Pakistan and smack the shit out of Shoaib Akhtar and Mohammad Sami, bowling 150 plus over and over out in ODI cricket. Okay. And this left right thing, this does help. When does it help? When there is an unequal boundary, side boundaries. Then it helps a lot. Because for once it will be shorter for the lefty, the other time it will be shorter for the right hander. That helps. Or it's like there is a class left arm spinner or some great leg spinner coming in. That kind of a bowling attack when you are facing, that can be a case. Those matchups in the last few years that have emerged. Also, before 2020, if you ask me, these things also didn't exist as much. This much data and all this thing. People, means the captains used to go by their instincts, right? So I am not a very huge fan of the left-right combination. I'll be honest with you. You have a lefty, play him. If not, whoever has the merit, you please play him. Is my thing. Now you are talking about Jitesh Sharma in the 11. Jitesh Sharma. Now the thing is, Jitesh Sharma was good from the day one. When he stepped onto the scene with Punjab, I think it was 2022 season. I think he won them a few games where he came into the limelight. That okay, this guy, we can have a player who we do have a wicketkeeper apart from Rishabh Pant who can bat four or downwards
Yeah,
for
and
India.
score at will, score boundaries at will.
Yeah, exactly. He won that game against CSK. I think it was in Brabon or DY Patil. They were chasing. Punjab Kings were chasing. Good game it was. So, and also he played some good knocks. But the move to RCB really elevated his career by huge margins, I'd say. Also, in a trophy winning season, he came really good. He scored those quick 20-30 runs. The game against Mumbai at Wankhede, I think he smacked Bolt and Bumrah in the last 2 overs for some combined 40 runs, 35 runs, which propelled the score from 205 to 222. That is a huge difference. And Mumbai lost the game by like 12 runs only in Wankhede, that too. So, again, in Lucknow, where it was everything was off for say RCB, if you ask me, 230 chase, no matter how weak the bowling attack is, 230 is a very big number to chase. That guy pulled it off. 86 of 30, I think he got.
Yeah.
We lost all the hopes in that game, and Jitesh Sharma comes out and plays one of the innings of the lifetime, and they chase it down in 18 and a half overs, 230. That is some knock. Again, In the
Yeah, yeah,
final, he scored, I think, 35 or 18 or 30 or 15 kind of an innings. Again, 200 strike rate innings, and it flipped the game.
yeah,
RCB were well below par. You would also agree. 190,
yeah,
195 was below par by 15 runs at least on that wicket. But still, he helped RCB to propel it to 195. Otherwise, they would have
yeah,
been under 180 in that game, in the
yeah,
final. So,
yeah,
all after doing all this, you give him a selection. You bring back in Gill, which stated that the keeper is going to play in the middle order. Now, if the
yeah.
keeper is going to play in the middle order, then why not give a place to Jitesh Sharma, who has been doing this role all his career?
Yeah.
Sanju Samson, in all my years of watching the IPL, I have never seen him bat below number 4. Number 4 was also that season in 2023 when they kept on changing his order, which went on to cost him a place in the whatever you can say, the 50 over World Cup or whatever. That was the season. Otherwise, he always used to play in the top 3, Sanju Samson.
Mm. Yeah.
So I don't know. Means I really don't understand the logic behind the batting order and all the selection.
See, I think the viewers might get confused with a lot of points that we are discussing, but I think all of these are kind of interrelated. Now, to just to summarize what we discussed, we started with why Shivam Dubey is actually included in the side. So can't be included as an all-rounder that we have already established because his bowling is not good enough when you play against Sena countries. Also on conditions when there are dew or when you're playing in India in general. So that is out of the side. Now, when we come to his batting, we have to take in the aspect of how the team is structured. So Sanju Samson, Jitesh Sharma, and Shivam Dubey, these are the three contenders, I would say, for the two slots. For me, there are two slots. There is not one slot. You can even Rinku Singh. So four members for two slots in the middle order. Now, why I would put Jitesh Sharma over in one of the slots is because he is a keeper and he has shown that that is his natural position in the middle order where he can smoke sixes at will. He has shown it in the previous seasons of the IPL, and this season he has taken it to a whole new level. So definitely we need to give him that slot and give him the chance to do it. Now, so that makes one slot open for three players: Shivam Dubey, Rinku Singh, and Sanju Samson. Shivam Dubey, I wouldn't put him. See, batting caliber wise, yes, he can tonk spin, but this season of the IPL has told a different story. The game up until the game against RCB, where CSK lost chasing 200 something in Bangalore. Ayush Matre, by the way, played that beautiful knock. So in that up until that game, Shivam Dubey's strike rate against spin in the season was 117. He was striking well against pace actually, 146. So due to this reason, we were all we were all in shock why Shivam Dubey is not playing higher in the batting order despite his knocks being important. But this is the reason why MS pushed him to lower down the order because he wasn't able to score against them. Now, by giving the reason that he's good against spin, we've kind of made it up in our minds. He is good against spin when the ball is in the slot. So you have to see that also. We are missing that aspect. So if you're saying Shivam Dubey is good against spin, Sanju Samson is equally good against spin. So
He's
you pick
better.
one of the two. Yeah, he's
Sa-
better in fact.
the- Sanju Samson, the batter,
Yeah,
is has way more caliber than all the players that we are mentioning for these two slots.
yeah, yeah,
He's too good as a
yeah.
talent.
That is why I would have Sanju Samson in the side. Also, now let's talk about Rinku Singh as well. Rinku Singh in recent based on recent form, he's not in the side. Otherwise, he is a clutch player and he has shown that he has that caliber. If you remember the 100 that Rohit Sharma scored against Afghanistan, India were what 30 for 4 or 20 for 4 or whatever that kind of
22
stuff.
for 4. I was
Oh,
I was
yeah, you were in
watching
the
it live.
stadium for
I
that
am in
game.
the
Yeah.
stadium. Yeah,
So
yeah.
so from there, yes, Rohit Sharma played that beautiful knock, but on the other side, who was there? It was Rinku Singh. So
And
you
Rinku
have
also
to,
played really good. 69 on 36 he put on, which is a very good
yeah,
knock coming in that point,
yeah,
that position.
yeah, exactly. But I mean, again, that is overshadowed by Rohit Sharma's 100 because it was a comeback 100 after two ducks. But again,
Yeah.
you need to see what a player has done to get to the side. Compare that to a Shivam Dube. I don't think uh, he warrants a place over Rinku Singh or Sanju Samson for that matter. So that is my take.
Also, another thing that I'll add up here, all the things that you said about Dubey, I'll be absolutely clear that we are not against Dubey, the individual or the player, and we are not
He
hating him.
plays for my
We are
team, man. He plays for
we
my
are
team. Why
just
would we
saying
be against him?
we are just saying that we have better options. Now,
Yeah,
the thing against Dubey, what has worked against him or what was working for him in the past is, if you see closely, whatever runs he scored for CSK, they were mostly at number four. Mostly coming in at the 7, 8th over mark, and he used to get that sweet spot. MS, whoever from the team management, whoever figured it out that okay, his entry points at CSK were very well managed. That is something that you need to agree on. Okay,
yeah,
but after the selection in the T20 World Cup last year, the first 7 games, you see the numbers in the last 7 games of the way. You'll get a very clear picture of what I'm trying to paint.
yeah.
Then this year, also the same. So it has been a very hot and cold IPL seasons for him. So in the last 2 years, Shivam Dubey. So I think if you are not guaranteeing him a place at number 4 or 5, I don't think he should play. Because
Yeah,
if he
that's
plays at number 4, then Surya or Tilak Verma shifts down, with which again doesn't suit. If he plays number 5, Sanju Samson again shifts down, that also doesn't fit. Or Hardik Pandya will not face the number of balls that you want. So
hmm.
I don't know why you want to push someone which will cause your team only troubles.
Yeah, true, true. I agree with that. So that is again the the state of the situation that we are in now. Again, if you are saying that you could think that I'm kind of biased against Dubey, which I'm not, by the way. Let me tell you that I would say the same thing about Shubman Gill. But the point is, Shubman Gill is already in the side and he's the vice captain. There's no way they're gonna drop him. So I don't just want to waste my energy on that because that is where the whole problem started, including him in the 11 meant pushing Sanju Samson down the order and all that kind of stuff. Now let's get to that, by the way. Let's get to that. Shubman Gill has been decent, okay? I don't have any criticism. He has been batting as per the template itself. It's not anything special that has been happening for the Shubman Gill as a player in the 11, apart from this batting order shift. Now, with regards to the batting order shift, for Sanju Samson playing in the middle order, everybody has their own opinion. And I would say, without even listening to everybody's opinion, if you are saying if I have to put it in two big buckets, one would be that Sanju Samson should not play in the 11 at all if he is not in the top three. I agree with that. If you say Sanju Samson should play and let's give him that opportunity in the middle order, I would still agree. And I come from the second bucket where I believe Sanju Samson has done excellently at the opening slot. Again, him being pushed down the order is not his fault. It is the fault of the team management. And as you mentioned earlier, Ajit Agarkar giving a different version, Surya giving a different version. So that doesn't make sense. That's not the fault of the player. So I would still persist with him in the middle order, give him a few more chances. I believe he has the talent. But if not, if it doesn't work out, obviously you can change it up. You can bring in Arinku Singh. You can remove Sanu Samson, get another extra bowler, whatever kind of combination suits the team. You can do that. But for now, I think he should get a few more chances. And for that, it is important to have a stable batting order, which I think is your point. And I'll let you carry on.
See, my problem from day one with Gautam Gambhir is everything is uncertain. From the team selection to the playing 11 to everything, means batting order, everything, bowling order, everything is kind of uncertain. Well, that is an element of surprise for the other teams. That is for sure. Because it's like a famous line from Ravi Jadeja from the 2013 CT. man of the
Yeah.
match winning speech. Because if I don't know which of my ball will spin, how will the batsman
Yeah.
come to know that? Right?
Yeah.
It's like the same thing. He's like every time I am being trying to be a very, I'm trying to surprise the opposition. That is really good when when we are playing subpar oppositions. But when we play the full strength teams like the Sena countries that you mentioned, one lapse and they are going to run over you. May it be an Australia, may it be a New Zealand, may it be South Africa, or may it be England. England, for that matter, England scored 300. For to inform all our viewers, they are the first all-member side that scored 300 in a T20 game against South Africa, 304. And so you know how what kind of opponents we are going to face. And in India, the batting becomes much easier than in UAE. These sluggish wickets you are not going to find unless you land in a Chennai on a very hot day or a very badly prepared wicket in the Firozshah Kotla. You are not going to
Yeah.
get these kind of wickets. You are always going to get wickets where the scores will be in excess of 180 in India across all the
Yeah.
venues that will be selected for the World Cup. That is for sure.
Yeah.
So my point being, all these things, all this harakiri, I don't understand from Gautam Gambhir. See, in the podcast, Ashwin and Kutti Stories podcast with Ashwin, Sanju said that Surya met him in the game in, where was it, Anandpur or somewhere, domestic game, and I think Smart, it was last year Smart, and he said that we are going to try you as an opener for like 10, 12 games we have this year, and be ready for this new position. You start preparing in that way. Fine, I accept it. Now that guy prepared for the role. He played his role well, scored 300s in I think 12 or 13 games, whatever he played as an opener. And when the tournament comes in, your chief selectors come out and say, along with your captain in the same press conference, that Samson was just a replacement, substitute, and Shubman Gill, as he was the vice captain. So we have to bring back Shubman Gill. So Samson has to move out. So if that was the case, he was already doing well at number 3 or 4 for Rajasthan Royals, his franchise. And he had a very good season in 2024. Despite that, you didn't play him a game in the West Indies World Cup, which was unfair on him and that part as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you be in the state of Sanju Samson, sit in the place of Sanju Samson and think, what is going on with me? The player needs to, means he will be asking questions, right? Like, you ask me to play as an opener, I score massive runs, win you games, do my job, exceed your expectations, and then one
Yeah.
fine day you said that, okay, you're not needed anymore, as you were a substitute. This is not so done.
Mm.
So either Sanju Samson has lied or Surya has lied to him about it, this position thing, or it was a very clear, you can, what do you call it? They played him very really bad, Agar Karan ko. What
Absolutely,
way?
man. Absolutely. And I think even in the recent comments, they mentioned that we are searching for a new number five, and Sanju Samson is the man for the job that we feel. Then, dude, I would ask you what happened in the India Bangladesh game. Why didn't he bat at number five? He didn't bat at all. I mean, so in that game, every batter batted. Okay, Akshat Patel came in ahead of Sanju, but Sanju Samson didn't get to bat. How is he supposed to get suited into that role if you're not even batting him at that role? And again,
And
that also segues us into the entire batting order. What kind of a batting order was that? Shivam Dube at number
see,
three, Tilak Verma at number five. What
see,
was that?
now again, Tilak Verma, see, he is one of my favorite talents, and you know that,
Number
right?
six, Tilak Verma. Yeah.
My my only concern is you brought him into the 11 at number 4, number 3, whatever role you played in. You push him to number 3 against South Africa in last year, I think October, November, wherever he played that series in South Africa away. He scored 200s, Tilak. Then the
Yeah.
entire England series, he had good scores. One game, I think at Chennai, he carried us out, 17 or 70 not out of 40, 45 balls. And he won you the game in Chennai, the second T20,
Yeah.
second or third T20 against England, right? So, so after that, I think he had done well enough to cement his position at number three, right?
Yeah.
He is ranked number two in the ICC T20I rankings as a batter. So, give me one reason why Tilak Verma is not batting number three.
Except Bakshoti, nothing else. To be very honest, I mean, I'm absolutely pissed looking at how our batting order has been placed. It's not a jigsaw puzzle that you need to sit down and figure out. It was all figured out before the Asia Cup. Man, you had this fantastic opening pair. You had your fantastic number three and four. Three and four was alternating. Even for that, we were thinking, why are you doing this? Why do you
This is
not
not
fixing it up?
required. Not required
Yeah,
at all.
yeah. So, so you know what my fear is? My fear is people would all, jump the barrel and shoot down Shubman Gill because it was all going in a beautiful manner. You bring in one player to fit him in. You are doing all this shit, and you're ruining the batting order. I'm very afraid that people are going to target Shubman Gill for this. But again, this is not his fault. He was just swapped in as an opener. One position that you would have had a problem with, that is Sanju Samson coming in at the middle order. So that's where your criticism should end for Shubman Gill. But what the batting order flipping around has been happening in the Asia Cup, that is completely on Surya Kumar Yadav and Gautam Gambhir. Those are the two people that you should blame if you are looking to blame somebody.
Definite, definitely means Tilak has lost his groove. Okay,
Yeah,
I mean, ev- basically the problem is everyone is uncertain. I don't know when I am going out to bat and what role I need to play
yeah,
in between match. And this is every game, not like okay one day like Saurav Ganguly wakes up and he says that MS you are going to bat three today in Vizag 2005 against Pakistan. That is fine for
yeah.
one game. But it's not like every day I'm going and I am asking today I ask MS to bat number three. Next day I go and I ask Hemang Badani, you come in and bat at number three. He was not even in the 15. It's like that. Means,
Yeah.
what is the thought process behind it? There is a reason why a Virat Kohli is so successful because he has played that many number of games in that many situations. Those situations. If every
Yeah.
day Virat Kohli would have said that I am a match winner, I will bat in opening. Then again, today I am not feeling to bat, so I will bat number six, and I'll score 50 here as well. That is not going to work like that.
If you remember
See,
back during the, huh, if you remember,
Gautam
you
Gambhir
just because
needs
you
to
talked
understand.
about, yeah, sorry,
Gautam
let me
Gambhir
complete
needs
my
to
thought.
yeah,
Yeah. Let me complete my thought. So you talked about Virat Kohli, right? Back in 2019, in the run to the World Cup, we were searching a number four. If you remember, Virat Kohli batted a few knocks at number four. He couldn't get going. He simply hurt his form, and it completely, at the end of the day, hurt the team. So he had to move back to number three. Now, Virat Kohli, being such a great and phenomenal player of the ODI format, if he couldn't, immediately make that switch for in just one two innings, how do you think a guy like a Sanju Samson or a Shivam Dubey or a Tilak Verma or a Surya Kumar Yadav would be able to make the switch overnight? And this is not switch
definitely,
for a long term. This is a one day, one game switch. It's not easy.
exactly. And we lost that series against Australia, I think, just before the
Yeah.
IPL. We first won the two games, then
Yeah.
Virat shifted to
March.
number four. We lost all the three games
Yeah.
after that. Yeah. So that is my point. So there, it is very, very important that your batting order needs to be fixed. At least till number four. After that, okay, you use the floaters, all and good. No issues at all. Left, right, okay, I can admit, I can agree to it, although I don't want to, but it's fine. You have the talent. Surya comes in at number three some days, other days Tilak comes in based on who got out, Abhishek or Shuman. That is also fine. But at least till number four, you need to fix, right? It's not like I don't understand. Again, at number five, you told so many things. Then number five comes out, Hardik Pandya to bat out. Then what was the point of Ryan Tendeskarte coming in and out and saying in the press conference that Sanju Samson is the best batman to bat at number five? See, nobody has any accountability. That means Ajit Agarkar is saying some things. Gautam Gambhir says something, does something else. I don't know. I don't really don't know.
Yeah. That is the sad scenario. And again, it's not one batsman that you're ruining. You're ruining it for everybody else. Why Abhishek Sharma is successful? Because he's the one batter in the 11 that you haven't touched. He's playing in his position. So that is why
Yeah,
probably he's scoring some runs.
he has the role clarity. He has
Yeah.
the absolute role clarity. He knows that I need to go out and I need to face 30 balls. I need to score 50, 60 runs. That's it. My job is done. If I get more,
Yeah.
well and fine. If not, then it's no issues. He's absolutely
Yeah.
clear. Same about Shubman Gill. He's also
Yeah.
very clear that okay, I need to score brisk runs, hold one end if required, and go on my own pace. But
Yeah. We're still
apart
getting the
from
70-80
him,
power play. We're
yeah,
still
yeah,
getting the 70-80 power play. The reason we
we
are
got
not
7.
getting those big 200s. Yeah.
Exactly. That means what do you conclude from that? That means apart from the opening, everything else is broken.
Yeah.
Before also we were getting 70, 75 when Abhishek Sharma came into the frame, or even when Rohit and Jaiswal were there towards the later
Hmm.
stages. We were getting the runs. Not maybe not 70, 75, but we are getting those high 50s and 60s. We were getting, right? So the point being, Shubman and Abhishek are a good pair, really a good pair, and with time they're only going to get better because they have played like it's like a Faf and ABD kind of a story from South Africa. They've been playing from the age of 12 together, that kind of a thing. So they know each other's game and they know how to complement each other. Everything is going to be better with time. So let's keep that locked. But
Yeah.
after that, the remaining 14 overs, what is your plan? How are you going to score the 140 runs in 14 overs? You scored a 6 over 70 or 75. How are you going to score the 130, 140 runs in the next 14 overs? There has to be a plan to it. Every day you can't jumble it up,
And there
saying that
was
we
a
are
plan.
experimenting.
That is the problem for me. It wasn't it is not like you are trying to find a plan. You already had a plan. You already had a plan which was not scoring 130, 140, it was scoring 180. And you decide to, yeah, just for fun, change things up. I don't know what is happening with regards to the batting order. That is my biggest concern. And I was so confident while going into the Asia Cup that we're going to absolutely smash the oppositions. We're going to get 250, 260 for fun. Man, not a single 200.
200, not even, I think 180 we crossed. Oman, we scored 180. I think barely 180 we scored. Harshit Rana scored a 6 in the last ball. Yeah. So we crossed 180. So that is the problem. Because of this, so many confusions, nobody is able to do their best. Also, we need to call out Surya's form. Surya has an aggregate of 90 or 95 runs in 9 innings in T20Is in this year. I think that's that's really poor by his standards. Okay, he was
Absolutely.
nursing an injury in the first half of the year, which he got treated, I think, during the Champions Trophy break. And after that, he had a good IPL, great IPL, man of the tournament there. But again, it has been the same story. And I think it is mostly because of this confusion. Nobody is sure about their entry points. Nobody is sure about what role I'm exactly going to play. And it has to be like this. We are just one collapse away in a crucial game, one bad day away.
Yeah.
And again, those statements will come up. 45 minutes of bad cricket, 30 minutes of bad cricket costed us the tournament.
And imagine this is all when we are winning. So I don't think Pakistan has any potential to beat us. But again, it's T20 cricket, so you never know. By
See,
chance, if we lose the
Pakistan
final,
for
you could you imagine
Pakistan
what the
to
scenario
win,
would be?
for Pakistan to win, two things need to happen. First, they need to have the best games of their life. Second, we need to have the worst game of our lives. When these two things come together, then only Pakistan can win. Like the
So,
2017 Champions Trophy final.
or the
No balls,
2021
drop
World Cup.
catches. 2021, okay, that due and all those things, I won't consider that a major thing. But 2017, like everything, like all the stars aligned for them. They had their best game. Pakistan, when did you listen? When did you see Pakistan scoring 340 in a ODI game batting first outside of their home? Never.
Yeah,
I don't remember. Okay. So,
me neither.
but they did. But they did in Oval, I think it was. Yeah, Oval. in 2017. They did drop catches, no balls, and all those things. Again, our batting faltered. Whatever happened, we lost the game. So all these things. So it's not. See, you lose a game, that you will be bashed on the social media for some days, and then again people will forget. But my problem is you're ruining the process. You're ruining the
Exactly.
process.
Out
You
of the
have
two
to be
things that you
accountable.
mentioned, Pakistan having a good day, that is on them. India having a bad day, we are already doing our best to make it happen. That is
Yeah,
my concern.
every
And
day, every day the team is dropping like three catches on an average, 5 innings, three catches on an average we
yeah,
have dropped. At
yeah,
least every catch like 15, 20 runs you count on, 60 runs you are conceding. If top order,
yeah.
if till number seven top seven batter
They're
it
conceding
is.
60 for fun. That is the
Yeah,
problem.
that is the point. The efforts of bowlers are going down the drain. Batting is not firing. Apart from Abhishek and Shubman, I don't think anybody looked even comfortable. Hardik, okay, for brief moments, he did look comfortable, but again, not I would not say a lot. Sanju Samson, you might say he scored a 50, but that was a very greasy knock, if you see, against Oman. So, I mean, there is no reason. You can simply fix the batting order and play on. I mean, MS Dhoni or Rohit Sharma, they have done it all their life, man. Five IPL
Mm.
trophies, they have not won for and a T20 World Cup each as well. They're not stupids. They're not idiots that they had a they had a sensible fixed batting order.
And I think,
MS for his life, MS for his life has batted number five. Only in the last 1 2 years he has been doing that. Whatever you can say, that number seven or eight, whatever he's playing. But during his peak, every day you see MS batting at number five for CSK, and he comes out all guns blazing. Same with Kyron Pollard. Kyron Pollard bat number six. Hardik at
yeah,
five. Everything
you
was
give.
fixed. That
Hmm. Yeah.
they created the systems, right? They created the process to be successful.
Exactly, exactly. And you mentioned a positive example for MSD. I'll tell you a negative example of MSD. Very recently, this has happened also. Look at IPL 2025. What has CSK done? How many times their batting order has changed? It is the exact same shit that we are seeing with India. So
Yeah,
Sam Curran, he's opening one day, he's playing number three one day, number five one day, number seven one day. Jadeja, who is the lower order batter, he's being pushed to number four, number five. For what reason? I mean, for them, I understand
my
because they were desperate to win. They were losing so many games. There was still a reason. For us, there's no reason, man. With Indian team,
yeah.
we are winning. We are winning big. Why do you need to change a winning formula when it's gonna work? That is the
I don't know.
major issue.
I really don't know, and I think I they need to take a call on this. I don't know how this is going to pan out. Mostly, we are
See,
going
with
to we will win the Asia Cup, but with all
they
these
have to.
things going on, I don't think how long this will persist. Because
See, Asia Cup
will
is
lose their cool. Someone will lose
yeah,
their mettle in the run.
yeah,
That is
because
not going to
Asia
help
Cup
the
is
team.
not a big deal, right? Asia Cup is not a big deal. Like I told earlier in this episode. So Asia Cup is something which which cannot be a criteria for selection. It can be a criteria for rejection because the teams that you are playing are not good enough, simply not good enough. And even if you do well against them, it's like, yeah, it was expected you're gonna do well. So it's kind of very difficult. From a player's point of view, I have a lot of empathy for them because, see, you are always expected to win, which is a huge burden to carry. For us, it's like normal, oh, they are winning. But for the players, they are actually doing the job, and for them, it is still a job. Even if it is the weakest opponent in the world, they still have to go about their business too well. Again, as a management, it is your responsibility to ensure that they have those conditions to do well. What you're doing is you are, because you know those are weak teams, you are taking away the conditions from them, the players actually, the Indian players. You're making it tougher for them to win. So that is something that India definitely has to look into. And batting order, man, please fix it, Gautam Gambhir. If you're watching this video, I don't know if you would, but I hope somebody cuts a clip and sends it to him. Maybe our video or somebody else's video, but just make sure that you have a stable batting order. Not saying fix for every position, at least fix the top three or top four rather. Tilak and Surya, one of them will play three, one of them will play four. Don't get them below that number. Also, if you have the middle order five, six, seven, they can rotate amongst themselves depending on the situation. But don't send a number seven or number six batter at number three, just for the sake of fun. Please don't do that. So that is my only thought that I would want to
No,
wrap up
that,
this
that
discussion with.
that is another problem for me. I think two questions were asked to Surya about the in the press in the post match presentation. That what was the thought behind sending Dubey at three when you had a player like Samson and all? And he said that left arm spinner and this is leg spinner we're bowling. So we thought that Dubey will be a good matchup. So we sent him out. It didn't work out. But again, okay, that was a matchup thing. I thought, okay, that's fine. Then he asked that, did you think it was par? He said that, yeah, we thought it was, the outfield was over, it was par. And if any game, if we have 12 overs of good bowling, then I think we will win on all the in all those days. I'm like, okay, you have 12 overs of good bowling, but the remaining 8 overs, if you concede like 100, you are screwed.
And that can happen against good teams.
That can
It will
happen
not
against
happen
good
in
teams.
Asia.
It can happen. If what happened against South Africa in the finals, Klaasen took the bait on Akshar Patel,
Akshar.
snagged him for 24 runs, 24 or 28 runs in that over.
Yeah.
He absolutely
28.
smoked him. Kuldeep, 28 runs in that over. God forbid if they had a Ian Mulder back then, history would have been different for us.
Yeah.
They didn't have that extra batter, you got the luxury. Okay, they played really badly, will be honest, but anything, we bowled really well, they played badly,
That's the
everything
best
aligned,
part.
and everyone asked me,
Yeah.
the game was done. The game was done. 5 overs, 30 with 6 wickets in hand. You're betting on the batting team, right?
Absolutely. Every day of the week.
So,
Yeah.
and these all things need to be fixed, and I think hopefully in the Asia Cup or in the series against Australia next month, what happens?
I hope so. I hope so. But yeah, I think one last point with regards to Asia Cup would be the Bumrah controversy that has happened on social media. Mohammad Kaif tweeting something about Bumrah. So for me, tactically, what he said was right. You are using 3 overs of Bumrah up front, and you're exhausting him. Exhausting his overs rather. So you only have 1 over to cover in that death. But I believe that should be a bit different, and you should have 2 overs of Bumrah at least towards the end. One in the middle and one to start with. That's how I would use him.
See, the tweet is of two parts, if you ask me. First part, I completely agree with Mohammad Kaif here, because I told the same thing about using Bumrah when Hardik, when we lost the game against GT at home, that rain curtailed game, Tewatia and Gozal Kurzia smacking Deepak Char in that 1 over game. And then we had this one, the game at Ahmedabad against Punjab Kings, where we had 9 overs left, 104 or 105 to get, with 3 overs from Bumrah, and the game ended in 19 overs. So you need to be extremely smart on how you are going to use Bumrah. And for that, you need to watch how Rohit Sharma did it. You need to take out a leaf from his book of captaincy. How well Rohit Sharma has managed Jasprit Bumrah over the years in T20 cricket. May it be India, may it be Mumbai Indians, you need to take out. That is for sure. He is the greatest bowler that we have had. The greatest fast bowler. Hands down. By talent, by skill, he is the best for India. So you have to be very smart in how you are going to use him. Every time you are under pressure, if you throw Bumrah, it's stupid. That's what Hardik Pandya did this year. His over rotation was really poor, and that costed us the game against Punjab Kings. which is fine. He will learn maybe in upcoming years. But again, here the problem is you don't have a second power play bowler. You didn't choose Washington Sundar. Varun Chakravarti is bowling some overs, maybe. But still, I don't find any valid reason why Bumrah is bowling the third over in the power play. If you ask me,
Yeah,
I don't have a reason. Because see, Bumrah is like your emergency fund. You only spend it when you have no other option left. That is my view of using Bumrah. Or you want to
one
finish a
over,
game, or you want to
one
finish
over.
a game fast.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
are certainly in a winning position, and you want to just kill off the game. Then you bring in Bumrah and kill off the game.
Yeah,
There are two
or
ways
when
of
you're in a
playing.
tricky position and only Bumrah is the one who can win it from there, then
That is
you
what
bring
I'm
him.
saying. If
Yeah.
there is no other option, then you bring him in. That is the first scenario. But here, none of them are happening. Okay. Now the problem with Cash Tweet was the second part. He again made a statement on his fitness or lack of fitness of Bumrah, that he's maybe he's trying to protect himself and all those stuff. See, it's kind of, I'm not say below the belt, but it is not required, I'd say, to mention these
Hmm.
things. Okay, tactically,
Yeah.
whatever you called out, someone will admit, someone will agree, or someone will disagree. That is fine. But these things, I don't think you need to mention. As an ex-cricketer who has served India for a long time, I don't think you need to mention these things. Reason being, see, it is like his shortcoming. Maybe if I am a Jasprit Bumrah, I am kind of skeptical about my injuries, right? I know that
Hmm.
I have suffered two stress fractures in the last 5 years. I have to be careful. I know that I have to be careful. You don't need to tell me about that time and time again. So it's kind of, I have a vulnerability and you are pinching me there again and again.
Hmm.
And someone at some time I will fire back. And that's what I
Yeah,
think Bumrah,
absolutely. I mean,
I did it. And I don't think there is something wrong in it, in any wrong
yeah.
flavor, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. I mean, at some point, he was always gonna do that. How long can he take that thing? But yeah, I think
Yeah, yeah.
that's also a lesson to us and maybe to everybody else. If you disagree with something tactically, do mention. Of course, it's absolutely you're right. And again, you also might be. I mean, you might be right. Then what's actually happening? For example, with the batting order, I'm pretty sure that anybody who says this batting order is not correct are the ones who are correct,
Everyone,
and
everyone
Gambhir is
called it.
wrong
I
here.
think everyone
Yeah,
has called it out. I think it is
yeah,
Akash Chopra. I think Manjrekar on air. Everyone. I
yeah,
think all the experts that
yeah.
were there on the panel
Yeah, they
and
should.
on.
They should. And I think that's the beautiful part. That's the most beautiful part of this beautiful game. That even you and me, who hasn't played cricket internationally, can still talk about it and still be right for sure. So yeah, so that's the best part. But yeah, segueing on to the last segment of our day, and we are going off on Bumrah's injury concerns rather. I don't get why he has been picked in the test squad. So I think it's all a response to the criticism on social media that has happened for Bumrah with regards to the previous test series where he missed a couple of games. Like everybody was going crazy on him that why are you missing the games and all. I think considering all that stuff, BCCI was forced to pick him in the West Indies series. That to home tests.
One question I'd like to ask: Bumrah did play the first two tests against New Zealand, right? In Pune as well as in Bangalore.
Yeah,
Both the matches he played. Last game he didn't play, I think.
he didn't play.
And before that, England series also he played.
England
Few of the
series he
games,
played
or
all the games.
maybe
Well, one game he
all the
missed,
games
I
he
guess.
played. One game I think he
One game he
missed.
missed. Yeah.
Right. So what I understand that they surely lack a leader in the bowling as of now, because maybe you can say that during the England series Ashwin was there, but again maybe we didn't know that it was one of his last series that was coming on. But still, maybe he would be knowing, or whatever, maybe the communication within the team management. So, and also Bumrah, I think, bowled 2 games. I think he built us out really well. The Vizag game, I think, which we won, that Oli Pope dismissal and all those things, and one in Dharamshala, I think, two of the games. don't remember the second one. I think Dharamshala or other one, whichever it was. So
Hmm.
thing is, we are not very sure about the spin department as of now. And again, the problem is we are choosing a lot of bits and pieces player. See, you have
Hmm.
a Kuldeep Yadav, you please play him. There is no reason to bench a Kuldeep Yadav. And home test also, why you will not play him? Why do you need batting till number 10? Why do you need batting till number 10 in test cricket?
Yeah.
And then also everyone is contributing those 20s and 30s only. Not like everyone is contributing a 50 or a 60. They are scoring 20, 30 runs. But a good bowler can pick wickets, which you are not doing. So I don't know. Means why? Ideally, they should not have picked him because during Virat Kohli's tenure, I think the first Test match he played in Indian soil was after COVID against the England series. Means he started in 2018 January in South Africa, and he played the first home test against England in Chennai 2021, I believe. So the first
Hmm.
3 years they didn't play him a single test match at home. So
And
that's
that
how
also,
well they managed
hmm,
him. And even after
yeah.
that, they benched him for a game or two, saying that we are not you don't we are you are not required.
See,
We'll do it without you.
also in this case, it is just West Indies, man. You don't need Bumrah against West Indies. Come on. If you require Bumrah to beat West Indies at your home, then I don't know what we are talking about. Uh, we have three spinners, actually four in the squad. Ravindra Jadeja, Washington Sundar, Akshar Patel, and Kuldeep Yadav. Why you play all four spinners, no problem. You still gonna win. You play whatever 11 you want and you still gonna win. You take up Mumbai Ranji side and play them against West Indies, you still gonna win. So
Yeah, for
no
sure, for
disrespect to
sure.
West Indies, but the cricket has fallen so down. It's on them. Why
Yeah,
do you need? We talked about Bumrah, right? How important of an asset he is. In the T20 game itself, we're talking about managing his overs and using him only when required. You are playing him test matches against West Indies for fun, that too at home. So doesn't make sense to me at all. So I don't
not
like
at
this
all.
selection. Yeah.
Exactly,
I
and he should not be have been there in the first place if you ask me. But if he is there,
yeah.
I don't think you need to play him
Yeah, two test matches, just bench
because
him, man.
because because just after the West Indies test, we have ODIs and T20Is in Australia,
Yeah, yeah.
and we need
We
him
have
there because we don't have
so
a
many
lot of
T20.
ODIs. We
Yeah,
don't play a lot of ODIs in the next 2 years to the World Cup, and T20I World Cup is like in 6 months, so he has to be available
yeah,
for all the games there.
yeah, yeah. Make him play all T20s, all white ball cricket. T20s and ODIs. So rest him for
Yeah,
tests when he's not needed, especially against teams like this, especially at home. You don't need Jasprit Bumrah to play these kind of games. I think that's what I feel. Social media pressure kind of forced their hand and they are forced to include Bumrah just to show others, okay, that he is available for selection. It's just that we are not playing him due to conditions and all that kind of stuff. But okay, whatever that could be the case, let's announce the test squad as well. We have Shubman Gill, the captain. In the batting department, we have Yashasvi Jaiswal, KL Rahul, who's going to be the key. Oh no, he's not going to be the keeper, of course. Sorry, my bad. Sai Sudarshan, Devdutt Padikkal is not a surprise inclusion. He was always there in the setup, but he was included ahead of few others that we are going to discuss. In the wicket-keeping department, you have Dhruv Jurel and N. Jagadishan. Jagadishan is a very good inclusion, I would say. He has done so well in the recent domestic games, and I think that's why he has been included. Then spinning department, you have Ravindra Jadeja, Washington Sundar, Akshar Patel, the three all-rounders, and then you have Kuldeep Yadav. The other all-rounder that you have is Nitish Reddy. Then in the bowling department, seam bowlers, you have Bumrah, Siraj, and Prasidh. So this is your squad. Uh, Again, no surprises, I would say, apart from two. Jagadishan, again, we talked about his inclusion. Why? Because he has been very good in domestic format, and Devdutt Padikkal. So the only debate that I could see here over these two names, but again, what are the options? You couldn't have picked an Ishan Kishan. Okay. Rishabh Pant is rest. Oh, acha, he's injured. He was injured. So that's why he's not there in the squad. So in place of him, Jagadishan as a wicketkeeper, okay, you don't have any other options. Ishan Kishan you could have picked, but again, he hasn't been doing great. So they went in with
No, no, no.
Jagadishan.
Not exactly with the form part. The problem with Ishan Kishan has been his injury
He's
concerns. So
injured.
it seems he got
But
injured and he just got back from injury and is selected for the Irani Cup. So Ajit Agarkar said that let
okay.
him perform and then we'll see what we
Yeah,
can do with
so
him.
yeah, I went on the back of that. Let him perform. I thought maybe form
No, no, no,
concerns.
no.
But yeah, okay.
He, uh,
Okay.
also,
But an okay
Jagdishan was
selection.
he
Huh.
was called up for the backup means traveling reserve in the last test against England. So I think the
Yeah.
continuity is good there. And
Huh.
what what I don't understand for Particle is Particle did play well, good form, all the good
Mm.
things. But again, Gautam Gambhir said to Ishwaran that you are going to be a part of my plans and don't worry, you are going to get a fair amount of chance, all this stuff, just to find himself dropped in the next series at home.
And that's
Wow.
the problem. That's the problem that happened with Jaiswal as well in the Asia Cup. You had Jaiswal in the squad, then again you dropped him without even playing him. I mean, Yashasvi Jaiswal lost his spot without even playing. Same thing happened with Abhimanyu Ishwaran. If he was good for England series, he hasn't played any cricket after that. On what basis have you just discarded him? That he's now you're not good enough. What? I don't get it. I
And he's
simply
not
don't
that
get
old as
the
well.
logic.
He's not that old as well. 28, 29, I think, Ishwaran.
Yeah,
So I think it is the peak years of a batter, if you ask me.
yeah. So yeah, it's a mess, dude. It's a mess. Whatever's happening with this squad selection and all is a mess. But yeah, anyways, let's try to construct our 11. I think that's pretty sorted. You have Jaiswal and Rahul as your openers. Number three is the slot where you would see whether you want to fit in a Sai Sudarshan or you want to go with a Devdutt Padikkal. I think I would want to start with Sudarshan and give him some chances, give him a good run, and then take a call on him whether you want him or you want to go with somebody else. Then number four, of course, you have the captain Shubman Gill. Number five for me would be Dhruv Jurel. Then number six, I would have
Jadeja.
Nitish Reddy.
Okay.
I would go with four bowlers actually. Four bowlers and Nitish. So I'll play three spinners. So number seven would be Jadeja. Eight would be Akshar Patel. Now, number nine, I want to go with Kuldeep Yadav, but I think considering Gautam Gambhir's obsession with batting depth, you would see Washington Sundar over Kuldeep there. And then 10,
No, no,
11
no.
would be, yeah,
Two
sorry,
pacers. No, no, two
two
pacers
pacers.
at 10 and 11. Yeah. So my only
Yeah.
swap will be Washington bats 7 and Jadeja moves to 6 and Nitish Reddy goes out.
Okay. You have four spinners then.
Either you will also, means four
I
spinners.
have three.
Because, okay, okay. So you are, then also my batting is still number 8. Man, you don't need batting in test match cricket for number 8. There you don't
Number
need to
eight.
think that, okay, I have a batter at number 8, so I can go aggressive at top. You don't have these scenarios
Yeah,
in test.
but you are also having batting till eight only, no?
I am having because Gautam Gambhir is having. If you ask me, I will not have. Why
Then
will I
what you
have?
would have? What
I
would
will play an
the
extra
way? How would
bowler.
you consider?
Okay, now this
So you
the point is all these players can bat. Washington,
no, but it's
the,
India, dude. You have two pacers, Siraj and Krishna. Then you have three
no, no,
spinners,
no.
five bowlers are there.
My point is not in India. I'm saying that the thing is
Ah,
in
overseas.
India, these players can bat. Washington can bat well. Akshar can bat well. Jadeja can bat well. You can say their batting is an additive on the top of their bowling for me,
Hmm,
not the other way around.
hmm.
Got it?
Yeah,
They
yeah, yeah,
can
yeah.
bat, so they bat. For Jadeja, it's the
Okay,
other way
okay.
around now.
Uh,
For Jadeja, it's the other way around. That okay, you bat. If required, we will ask you to bowl. It's like that. The others, it is a different way, other way around. You bowl. If you require, you can bat as well.
so
That is my
then, how are
concept.
you looking at it? Then how are you looking at it? So the five players that we have are in common. Okay, the bottom five: Siraj and Prasidh, two pace bowlers, both of us have. Then you have your three spinners, Kuldeep, Aksar, and Jadeja. right? On top of that, you are having Washington in place of Nitish. Is that so? You are having six
Because
bowlers.
reason, no, no, I'm not. I'm playing Washington the pure batter. If you ask me here, because that guy did
Acha,
really
you're
well in England.
considering okay, okay, yeah, okay. I
Yeah,
got
he
you.
did really well in England. I
Jadeja.
mean, why should
Okay,
we
you're not
drop him?
considering Washington as a pure bowler. I thought you were considering Washington as a pure bowler, and then how your lineup is there. But yeah, so that's the luxury when you play in India, right? The three spin bowling all rounders, Akshar, Jadeja, and Washington, can warrant their place into the side on just on either skill. You can play them as a bowler, you can play them as a batter too. So that is the thing. Yeah, why I'm going in with Nitish is because, like you said, I'm considering that spot for a pure batter, and I want Nitish to get some game time as well. I want him to improve because I look at him in the overseas conditions as a all-rounder for me. So I want him to get used to everything. He's basically like my Hardik Pandya. Without
Fair
him, the
point.
team kind of would struggle. So that's the
Fair
way I
point.
am seeing it. But yeah, I think both of us have full five bowlers. That is for sure, especially in India. And again, I'm being very disrespectful. I believe with respect to West Indies, but that is the truth. So we are a much better side. So yeah, I think that's all that we have. Or do you want to add some more points with respect to the test squad?
Yeah, I wanted to know what is the fitness criteria to get into the team because I think Sarfaraz Khan
Oh, are we
became
talking about Sarfaraz?
fit and fine, and then also it was said that he's not fit to play. I mean, what is the
Yeah, dude,
problem?
I have an input. I read somewhere that Sarfaraz Khan's fitness test is due on 29 September. So that is why he is not being picked. But again, I'd like to question you. Have you not seen a squad when a player has been selected with subject to fitness criteria?
Yeah,
Have you not
Shami in
seen
Champions Trophy. Shami in Champions Trophy, like how 6 months back,
Shami in Champions
or in
Trophy,
the
Bumrah in
yeah
Australia tour, Rohit Sharma in Australia tour back in 21? There are plenty of examples when you wanted to select a player, and if they are not fit at that point of time, you select them based on subject to fitness. I don't know why it hasn't been extended to Sarfaraz. Or you could just say that you have dropped him, but again, you don't want to say that, so you use fitness as an excuse. I must say, this set of Indian selectors, especially Ajit Agarkar, has found millions of different ideas on how to say that we are not selecting a player. That for that, you should definitely give them credit. They have been very unique in terms of this.
yeah, that is for sure. And with Ajit Agarkar, now we need to also address the problem with Shreyas Iyer, the injury problems again, the back injury scare that he again seems to reoccur for him.
Yeah.
So it seems that he has written a letter to BCCI stating that I'm going to take a break from red ball cricket for the next 6 months. So that is the reason why he was not selected in the West Indies series as well as Irani Cup.
But if you look at the statement carefully, they have written that they have not considered him for selection for Irani Cup, not the West Indies series. So who knows? Who knows what's cooking? Maybe if
Mm.
he were available also, then he would probably be on the same boat as Ishan Kishan. They would probably select him for the Irani Cup, and then probably they would have said to us, okay, let him perform in the Irani Cup, then we'll see. So
Yeah,
very, very tricky and cunning these guys have been in terms of selecting the players. You could just come out and say that, okay, we are not looking at Shreyas Iyer, or let's say we are not looking at Sarfaraz Khan because we are preferring this player over them, and give whatever technical reason you had. You could simply do that and people would not complain. It's just that the way you are creating this ambiguity, you're just creating reasons is something which is not I would say digestible for the Indian audience. That's something where I hope this improves. You're the selector, man. You're the chief selector. Just say that I want this guy for this reason. That is why we are selecting him. Or we just feel this player is a better option. Just say that, you know? So that's my feeling with regards to everything that's been happening. And I think we pretty much covered all the topics that we wanted to cover. Or do you have
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
else in mind?
No, I think we covered everything, Test as well as Asia Cup and all the shortcomings that are within the
Yeah.
uh, team and everything. I think all of the problems that we see. Hope
Yeah.
we get a fix soon. Let's see.
Yeah. Also, I think I like this format a lot better when we sit down and chat for like 1.5 hours, whatever, and we talk about all the aspects of Indian cricket and everything that's been happening around Indian cricket, rather than coming in game after game. I think we should probably stick to this format and maybe do 1 or 2 videos a week, probably. I think we'd like to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Do let us know if this kind of video is something that you would like to see, or if you would like to see us post like after match, or like how we do it stage by stage of a tournament or something like that. So do let us know. We definitely would love to hear the thoughts. Also, if you disagree with any points that we have made, please let us know. And yeah, we are looking forward to a healthy debate if that's the case. So that's it from our side. We'll see you in the next one. Up until then, ciao.